In the borough of Barking and Dagenham, we've had, because of the Tory government, I think we've had 100 million taken out of council budgets over the last 4 years. It's estimated there'll be another 50 million over the next couple of years. But these are big figures, right? And you don't really get to the human side of the cuts. So what we're doing was we're having a chat with Billy this morning. Billy, you worked on the green waste,
yeah,
right? You still do for a couple more weeks. But tell us what's happened to you, because you've had your contract cancelled or shortened because you thought you was working over until January, and then that's all been cut, yeah?
Yeah, it's been cut to the 28th of November now, and it's happened to 9 of us.
Right.
So we've all lost our jobs before Christmas, and they just dropped it on us about 2 weeks ago.
And that come out of the blue?
It come out of the blue. No, there was no discussions. No one warned us beforehand, so we didn't expect it. And when we did, it was obviously a massive blow to us all.
And when we're talking about green waste, we're talking about, I mean, stopping people fly tipping in the sense of making sure that people's green waste is taken care of in the bins.
Yeah, it's all in the bins, and obviously if that's going to stop now, that's going to cause a lot more fly tipping at the moment. Right. Which we do get a lot of in this borough anyway.
Right. And obviously Christmas coming up, right? It's the last thing you really wanted to hear. How long have you been working on the green waste or the council?
Well, in the council I've been working for 2 years on and off. Last year I worked for grounds maintenance. Right. And then they cut my contract, and then I started the green waste this year. And obviously they've cut my contract again, and everyone tells you that they get a job in the council, right, and it's a job for life. Right. And it's just not.
It's just not like that.
It's just not like that anymore.
Right. Yeah. So there's, and what are you going to do? What options you got? You've got a couple of weeks left. Yeah,
I mean, I've had to book a couple of days off because I've got to try and look for a job now, and finding a job before Christmas is so hard. Right. It's near on impossible. So I'm just trying everything I can do.
And that's 9 of you on the team, yeah? And that's all going. All of you affected the same way.
All of us are going, and all of us now got to try and figure out how to get a job.
Yeah. And the other side of it is you as what I don't quite understand is how it can be dropped on you like this when you had a contract, you know, and that just got basically ripped up.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, to be perfectly honest, they never even give us our contracts.
Right. Okay.
So none of us had a paper form of our contract, and for them to drop it, but apparently it says in our contract they can do that, but none of us are saying it. So.
Right. My concern about it is obviously because of a lot of local people work on the council, and it puts money in the local economy and gives people's livelihood. But on the other side of it is what are the services that are getting cut, the frontline services for local constituents of mine, you know. So the green waste is vital because, you know, where's that waste going to go?
Exactly. I mean, not many people are going to go and take it down to Fritzlands to go and get rid of it. So where's it going to go? It's going to get fly tipped. It's going to go here, there and everywhere. And it's going to leave our borough in a mess. And we've obviously heard that the borough men are being cut as well.
Well, that's the wider picture as well. Yeah. Obviously, there are threats to frontline services. There's a lot of concern around that. I think the boroughs, the administration over the last few years has tried its best in terms of protecting the front line, but there's worries around that now, and a lot of the councillors are concerned about that. There's public consultations on a lot of the proposed cuts, but it's a worry across the front, isn't it? And that's why I just wanted to talk to you as one example, a personal example of what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's affected me quite a lot because it's now hard to try and find a job. I've got bills to pay, I've got rent to pay, I'm just like anyone else. But it's always the front line that gets hit, not the people up the top. It's always the front line.
Well, yeah, I mean is speculation about more and more senior jobs getting filled, and it seems like there's a fear that it's slightly unbalanced in terms of how it's been handled. But that's, you know, a wider picture. But we just wanted to talk to you this morning about your own experiences. So, thanks for coming along. Let's keep talking and see what we can do, because it's a tough world out there and all of them. A lot of people struggling, so we'll do everything we can to also help in terms of our office. So thanks for talking.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.